Hi, good morning. This is BB. And I mentioned before that my house is always filled with. I don't know what it is, but it's always burning my nose. And if I put my finger like right here, it's cool to the touch. So for a moment there, I'm wondering if it's the Freon that cools the refrigerator. If that's what's being in the air, because my eyes are burning as well. I've also noticed like my water supply, that the smell of the chlorine is it's overpowering to the point where you get lightheaded. Now, since birth, I've been around running water. I've never lived on a farm where I've had to use strictly well water. I've used tap water in this country and other countries. Never in my life have I experienced so much chlorine in a water supply. But the weird part of that is that I'm the only one that I know of who has or seem to have tons of chlorine, extra chlorine in mine, to the point where it burns. I'm showering and it burns. Now, I don't know if I'm just ultra sensitive to the chlorine because I'm being doused with this chlorine mist, which I'm pretty sure I am being doused with it, because I would smell it, and then someone did see that yellow mist in my house over my bed. Yellow mist, chlorine in mist form is like yellow. It's yellowish in color. So she wasn't wrong. So I don't know if I'm just becoming ultra sensitive because I'm being bombarded with it, which is weird because then if I'm bombarded with it in mist form or smoke form or whatever, a lot, I think my immunity system, my sense it would strengthen. But then again, maybe not, because there's other things I'm smelling too. Um, I just don't know what this is, but I have this white fine dust. It's not really white, it's like an off-white color, but it's all over my house. So I don't know if that contributes to it. I have, on recommendation, put these filters I bought on Amazon over my vents, the vent filters. And there's a one at the bottom of my wall in my living room. It's a good sized vent. And I went out to do laundry, left um, my camera running. When I came back, I was looking around to make sure, I always have to do that now. And I noticed like the vent was a little bit, like the 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 the, the vent cover was a little bit loose. So I went to tighten it, because as I pulled it loose to put it back on the Velcro, this chunk of white dust fell out from behind. Wasn't like, a big chunk like this, but enough where it's gathering on the inside of the vent. So I don't know what's up with that. I'm sure if I take off that vent and I shake it, they'll find a shitload of that stuff all over that vent, which is a good thing. Which is a good thing. So my nose it's just burning all the time. I don't know. And yesterday, I noticed a new thing. I stepped outside for something, and I smelled something. I came back in and I smelled something burning, like coconut burning or something. And about 2 or 3 minutes after, the back of my head started hurting really bad. I'm taking an online class, and I was just, you know, going through the class. It's a, do it at your own pace, and it just started hurting. So I'm not sure what that was. If that was some kind of drug, she was burned. I don't know. You see, I know there's somebody in this building. It's got to be in the crawl spaces. But how do I get someone to check the crawl spaces? The house is not mine. I don't even know where the entrance is to the crawl space. I don't know how to do it. I probably should be focused on getting someone and give them a few bucks to go in the crawl space and check. But since the entrance is not in my house, I don't know how to do it. Um, I'm sure a lot of you saw that article about a month ago where this person was found the man was found living in the attic of a woman in New York, and he was taking pictures of her while she was sleeping. I don't know if he was obsessed with her, or maybe he was just, could be obsession, could be just being paid to do it. You know, he's a diehard, whatever. But they found him. And my neighbor upstairs was telling me that she was watching this video where a girl was living alone, and then she had cameras in her home, and then she saw a woman in her home. There was a woman living in there with her, in her crawl spaces. So this seems to be happening a lot. I don't know if these people are doing this on dares. I don't know. But in my particular case, she's not just living in my crib. This woman is trying to kill me. The woman behind this is trying to kill me. So I really, at this point, what else do I have to lose? My life? She's trying to take it anyway. I think she's more pissed off I am not dead yet. This is why it doesn't ever stop, ever. 24 hours a day she had it. I was sick all week last week, and I feel a little better now. I was having really bad stomach problems, like living on the bed, on the toilet. I was, and for a moment there, afterwards, I was having a problem, um, with my bladder. I could barely pee. It's just, I know I'm just saying it anyway. It is what it is. We have to be past these coyness and just say it what it is. This is why they are destroying our bodies. They're causing problems for us. This is not just fun and games. This is serious shit. Really serious shit. But anyway, just wanted to put that out there. I don't know what's going on. And I hope that everybody is trying to do better, be better, be kinder to each other, nicer to each other. But the way how these people are treating us and the things they're doing is like, it's making you lose your trust. Like, you don't want to be bothered with people, helping people. You don't want to be bothered. You don't want to, because if this can happen to you, you don't even know why it's happening. You don't want to open yourself up to anyone, which is bad. Because there are people out there who could use our help, our advice, our practical help. And these people should not be overlooked. We shouldn't allow ourselves to die inside or shrivel up inside while there are people who actually need us. And because if we do that, we're just basically giving him what they want, which is to basically render us obsolete. Like we're valueless. We don't contribute anything. These people are narcissistic to a whole different level. Their narcissism is on a different scale, on a different level than regular narcissism. Usually when a person has to be always right or feel like they're always right, we say they're narcissistic. But we're talking the real deal here when it comes to narcissism with these people. They always have to be either the biggest ego in the room or the biggest victim in the room. Take your pick. Whichever will give them the most attention. Whichever will give them the most, well, it's all about them. Either the biggest ego or the biggest victim. They have to out-victim us at every point, or they have to out-ego us at every level, at every corner, every level. It's like a thing with them. It's part of their trademark, their calling card, if you will. It's like the ones that are behind this, behind my situation. It's like I said, I used to do psychic readings, had them done, and it's like everything used to be backwards. Everything used to be backwards. From what I would hear, feedback, it used to be backwards. It's not backwards, it's just the way how they do things. They're the kind of people who would trip you as you walk by. You fall down, probably kick you a couple of times if nobody's watching. You tell someone, they ask them, hey, what happened there? Instead of saying, now that could go two ways at that point. They can say, well, I don't know, I have no idea. Play innocent. The ones who are doing this to me, no, they don't. They would not stop there. They would actually say, I tripped them and they fell. It's like they have to go that extra mile. It's like they have to believe, or they have to want to believe, or they have to work this into their psyche somehow, that we are responsible for something. See, these are real crimes that's happening to us. I know we talk about it on here. We talk about it and we talk it out. And eventually it becomes like it's nothing. And at some point, they're starting to feel that too. Like that pressure, that guilt is lessening. After all, we're talking about it. We're making it look like it's just everyday aches and pains. No biggie. In a way, we are kind of minimizing it. So they will go along with us. If we believe it's to be minimized, then so will they. They're happy to do that. But what minimizes it the most is the lack of police support, the lack of help, the lack of get someone to actually do something about it. Yes, I get it that police needs hard facts. But if they could just sit down and listen to us, they can find the facts if they do a little bit of investigation. I mean, what has to happen for them to actually start investigating something or treat it even as suspicious? A bunch of weird, random events, sequenced events. What would constitute them looking into something? When is this going to change? When we start dropping like flies? And just to save face, they have to? When is it going to change? Because we're stuck between a rock and a hard place. We're trying to save our lives. I'm trying to save my life by being on here, hoping that this will make them stop. So are most of you. But they will feel also, they will work that into their psyche that, well, there they are talking about it. It's not that bad. They should be grateful they're alive, stuff like that. Because they're narcissistic enough to do that. They're cold, calculated, don't give a crap about anybody but themselves and their partners in crime. They really don't. And they will feel like, well, they minimize it. They don't care. So they minimize it. We don't care. We're talking about it. It must not be that bad. There, it's been minimized already. It's just think that there's griping. Eventually, we will become like the constant complainers in their minds. We will become the one who's constantly complaining. Where the lines have been crossed so long ago, they're not even in sight anymore. We're all both on the other side now. This is on a whole different level. I don't know how else to put this. The severity is not even there. It's just what they do. It's just what is happening to us, as a matter of fact. Whether it's wrong, whether it's right, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's legal, whether it's illegal, these things are not really taken into accountability anymore. It's just what they do to us and how much we bitch, gripe, and complain about it. It's become the norm. I still say it's illegal. And I still feel that they should be punished. Not for something they didn't do, but for what they are doing to us. What are your thoughts?